What's up guys? Welcome to our very first video. My name is Matt and this is my girlfriend Lauren.
Hey guys, our hope with this video series is that you'll be able to learn a little bit about our relationship and how it was anything from the status quo. Matt had a cancer diagnosis pretty early on in our relationship, and that really shaped how we grew as a couple. So whether you know someone personally who had a similar experience and can benefit from this, please share it. Or if you're just a little interested in what our life was like during this time, please feel free to comment or send us some questions.
Absolutely, and really throughout this episode we're going to kind of not just go through my journey but also Lauren's journey as well, and how we dealt with this adversity as a couple and how it grew us to becoming so much stronger throughout all of this. And we'll break it into segments, and today for just this episode we're going to be talking about first how did we meet, and then how did it lead up to me being diagnosed with cancer and all of the things in between. So with that being said, I'm going to start us off with a very important date, which is March 17th of 2016.
St. Patrick's Day.
St. Patrick's Day. So I'm 24 years old at the time. Lauren's 23. We're out at a bar and I run into Lauren. And you know, we're talking, have a couple of drinks, and I end up getting her number throughout the night. And you know, within a week or two, we started to date. So you can kind of go from there.
Yeah, so we went on a few dates, and it wasn't really until May that we officially decided we would become boyfriend and girlfriend, but we definitely spent a lot of time together, seeing each other and getting to know one another. And we would, because it was summer in Cleveland, Ohio, you have to take advantage of be outdoors as much as you can. So we definitely did do a lot of more active things, hiking, kayaking, whatever it might be. We were out with friends and so forth. And Matt started to experience some relatively minor back pain, lower back pain, and nothing that would really ever prevent him from doing anything, but just kind of like nagging. So he chalked it up to probably lifting too heavy, right?
I was a personal trainer at the time, so I worked out very consistently. I ate really healthy, so I just assumed it could have been doing a wrong lift or some type of pull in my back. And as the months progressed, so now we started dating in May. As June hit, a lot of those activities that we were doing, I couldn't do anymore. And Lauren was getting a little concerned, and so were my parents, and they were like, Matt, you should really go to a doctor. And instead I decided to go to a chiropractor, which there's nothing wrong with chiropractor, but it just didn't help me, especially for what I was going through. And you know, as months progressed, the back pain got worse and worse and worse, where we could do none of those activities. And even when we were just going to a normal you know, shop or a restaurant, it was hard for me to even stand for, you know, minutes at a time. And you know, all of this changed when one night, it was August, and I was at Lauren's house. I cooked chicken on the grill. We had some sangrias, and all of a sudden that night I ended up waking up and I ended up puking up blood. And I remember asking Lauren, I was like, so Lauren, are you feeling okay? Because I thought it was food poisoning, and you know, I assume you were obviously fine.
Yeah, I had no symptoms whatsoever, so I was like, I don't think it's that. I'm pretty sure the chicken was cooked thoroughly.
Yeah.
So I can't imagine why you're doing that, but that's pretty serious. So Matt was very, I guess, adverse to seeing doctors. He just kind of had this
stubborn's probably the right word.
Yeah, that too. So he put it off, and he wasn't getting any better. You couldn't really keep anything down. You were pretty pale. You were.
I mean, the next
no
day.
Energy.
Yeah.
Couldn't walk.
The next day, I ended up going back to my apartment, and I puked up blood again, and my parents had to come pick me up, and I really had no choice after a couple of days but to go to the hospital. So I get to the hospital, they do a blood test on me, and they found out that I had lost 2/3 of the blood in my body, which is equivalent to being shot with a gun. So they ended up giving me 6 bags of blood, and they thought it was an ulcer in my stomach that was causing the bleeding. So, you know, the next day I go in, I get the surgery, I'm out in the recovery room thinking everything's okay until my doctor walks in. remember seeing him and I knew something was just wrong. He goes up to my parents and he asks to speak to them in private, and I immediately shut him down and say, no, you can tell me everything you want to tell them. So he sat down, he grabbed my hand and he said, Matt, we found an 11 centimeter tumor in your small intestine. We have to rush you to the main campus of the Cleveland Clinic immediately, and we believe it is cancer. So I just seen my parents crying at the time, and all I could think of was, how am I going to be strong for my parents? How am I going to be strong for my friends? And how am I going to be strong for Lauren? And you know, I didn't know what was going on, so you can kind of go from that point.
So I was just filled in that they found something. Actually, at that point in time, I don't think I really even knew. It was all a matter of a day from when he had the scope done and they found the tumor, sent it off to be biopsied. That same day, they got him into the main campus of the Cleveland Clinic for further testing because they had suspected it was cancer, but I wasn't specifically told that yet. And his parents were communicating with me, but didn't tell me the whole thing. They said, meet us at the clinic after work. So that's what I did. I met his mom in the hallway of the clinic, and she had to tell me before I went into the room that they're pretty confident it's cancer. They're just waiting for the test results to come back definitively on what kind. But she made it very clear that I needed to be strong when I was in the room with Matt. She didn't want him to sense the fear. And so my first reaction was obviously to cry, because this is shocking, this is tragic, we're so young, how could this be? So I had to pull myself together, went in the bathroom, and came out with about as happy of a face as I could at that point in time. And I know Matt was really nervous because all he could think was we'd been dating 3 months and he didn't want this to scare me off.
Well, really to put that burden on her. You know, I had really little emotion, probably because I was so shocked by the news before I even seen Lauren. So like, even with my parents, and I had a ton of friends coming in at the time before Lauren even came in, and I seemed really strong and, you know, confident I was gonna get through this. And then Lauren comes in and I'm super nervous because, like Lauren just said, we'd only been dating for 3 months, so I didn't want to lose her, but if she wanted to break up with me, I totally understood it as well. So I just remember we pretty much kind of saw each other, and for me at least, I felt like a weight was lifted off my shoulder because we just gave each other a big hug. And I believe, I mean, I don't know if this is how you felt at the moment, but for me, I felt like you were going to be with me this whole time and you're going to really be my rock throughout this.
Yeah, so I walk into the hospital room and he asks me, do you know? And I was like, yeah, I know. Still trying to be as happy as I can be. And we embrace, and that's when we can't hold it back anymore. We both started crying. But it was game on after that. It was like, all right, we're moving forward. We can do this. I'm still there. And it didn't scare me off by any means. I was just like, all right, well, this is going to be an unconventional relationship. But other than that, everything was cool.
Yeah, and really knowing that she was going to be by my side this whole time really gave me that confidence and push I needed to go forward. And, you know, right after that, they did multiple tests at the hospital and they found out that I had stage 3C testicular cancer, which is the highest form of testicular cancer you could have. And immediately the next day they put me on to chemotherapy, which is what we'll talk about in the next episode. You know, going through chemotherapy was a huge struggle for a lot of us, but also a huge you know, a way of learning as our relationship as well. And we'll talk about our struggles in the next episode as well about that.
Yeah, another thing I want to point out too is that typically with testicular cancer, you will find the presence of the tumor in the testicle itself. That was not the case with Matt. He was very abnormal in that respect. His tumor grew in the small intestine, but through tests, the doctors were able to determine that the origin was testicular cancer and that it came from that area. So whatever it is, whatever symptom you may be experiencing at whatever age, don't hesitate to get it checked out. That way you can have a weight off your shoulders. You don't have to dwell on it, and you just need to regularly get things looked at if anything's out of the ordinary.
I just want to say this one thing is, this is what my father said while I was going through this, is cancer does not discriminate, meaning for all you young adults out there, if you find something abnormal in your body, just please go get it checked out, because
he was the epitome of health. Like,
yes,
really.
I basically was like, I was probably, not to be, you know, like cocky or anything, but I was probably the last person my friends or family or anybody thought would be diagnosed with something like this or have some type of health issue. And so if you do know something is wrong with you, just go get it checked out. It's better to get checked out sooner than later, because the worst thing that can happen is you figure it out much sooner, and you don't have to go through such a higher or more risky stage like I did. And you know, with that being said, I just that's just kind of like a huge thing to me, is I want to help a lot of you guys out there who might be going through something like that, and just to get yourself checked out. So
So that's really all we have to say for this video. We will be sharing some more as the story unfolds, and really we just want to open it up to questions, and we're excited to bring you guys along on this journey with us.
Yeah, absolutely. And we'll see you guys in the second video. And like Lauren said, please comment down below of any questions, or, you know, if you know somebody who might need to hear this story, please just tag them or message them to come watch this video, because that's all we're trying to do, is spread some light, share you know, what we've learned as a couple, and that's about it. Yep. So cool, awesome. We'll see you guys in the second video, and take care. See ya. Bye. What's up, guys? Welcome to our
I wonder if you could talk if I handcuffed you. I'm just curious if you could actually speak.
What's up, guys? Stop. You're being a jerk. Stop.
I'm just gonna see if you can do one hand.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our very first episode, where myself, Matt, Odie, and my girlfriend.
We're not gonna say our last names.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our first episode, where myself, Matt, Odie, and my girlfriend. What?
We're not saying our last names.
What's up, guys? Welcome to our first episode. My name is
Why
Matt.
do you always say episode?
Why can't I? Okay, fine. What?
Why is it?
Is this alright?
Yeah. But are you gonna sit back?
I can't, yeah.
And then like halfway through that video, you all of a sudden went like this.
Alright, do you just want to sit back the whole time?